This is the Pirates POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to the Pirates POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network. I'm Ryan Alexander of the North Shore 9. The Pirates avoid the sweep today in pretty fun fashion. Braxton Ashcraft goes the distance, a complete game, pretty much almost out of Maddox. Went into the ninth inning with a chance to have a complete game shutout. Wasn't able to pull it out, but he got the complete game, which in today's baseball is big in itself these days. But yeah, they win 13-1. They avoid the sweep, and who knows? Maybe get out of the Marlins and they can get hot finally. Today's episode is brought to you by Kalshi. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code LOCKEDON to get $10 when you trade 10. On this show, we're going to talk about it. Ashcraft was brilliant. He goes 9 innings, gives up the 1 run late. Finally, the Pirates had some power in this one. A couple of it late was off of a position player pitching, but they had some power. They got up early and they just kept pouring it on. And yeah, the Bucs avoid the sweep. And we are going to jump right into this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Braxton Ashcraft was awesome today. And I mean, he was so efficient. I'm waiting for Lisa to jump in here and let me know the efficiency numbers. He was ridiculously efficient and faced the minimum through 8. He got 3 big double plays in this game. He gave up 3 hits, 1 walk, but the 2 hits early and the walk were all erased. He had double plays. They had a caught stealing. Rafael Flores had a game. He threw out his first base stealer of his career, which was nice to see because we've been getting used to just everybody stealing off of Flores. But he threw out a runner. Basically, anybody that got on base against Ashcraft, there was only a couple, but they got eliminated. He was faced the minimum through 8, and here was his pitch count through each inning. He had 50 pitches through 5, 56 through 6, 63 pitches through 7, 73 pitches through 8, and he finished with 85. Like I said, he went into the 9th inning with a shutout, gave up a leadoff home run to Owen Cassie, which sucked, but yeah, wasn't able to get the complete game shutout. It would have been a Greg Maddux, the Maddux under 100 pitches complete game shutout. Wasn't able to get it, but yeah, it was the first complete game of the season for the Pirates, first one since Skeens last year, and complete game shutout would have been, I think, Oviedo in 2023 was the last complete game shutout. So, I mean, it's rare to begin with, but then in today's game, like we've seen, I mean, pitchers barely go 7. If they go 6, you're looking good. So the fact that he went through the 7th, 8th, 9th was just cruising. It kind of reminded me of his first half. About, we've talked about limiting Ashcraft's innings, and he's past his maximum career innings limit. But like that whole first half and pretty much today, he cruised. Like there was just low stress innings. There wasn't much traffic. He wasn't pitching from the stretch much. And it was just Braxton Ashcraft cruising up there. He had 5 innings where he threw under 10 pitches. Just ridiculously efficient. And that's the thing. Like, it's one thing if you're efficient, like the Tigers had a pitcher, Montero. He had 0 strikeouts today. He went like 6 or 7 innings. Ashcraft struck out. What did he strike out? 8? No, 10. He struck out 10 on, 85 pitches, and he had 10 strikeouts, and he was still efficient. You see somebody have 10 strikeouts, you're like, oh, they're barely going to get through 5 because they're at 100 pitches. This was unreal by Ashcraft. And yeah, I want to pull up the whiff numbers from Baseball Savant. So give me a second on that. But he had that, what he did, he had the fastball early in counts, would get ahead, and then he would throw that curveball. And a couple of them were like in the dirt, and the Marlins were swinging at it. They couldn't lay off of it, and they were striking out off that curveball. And yeah, here it is. He had 10 whiffs, He threw that curveball 26% of the time, had 4 whiffs alone off the changeup, or I'm sorry, off the curveball. Whiff rate of 36%. The sinker, he threw that the most, 34%, and then he threw his 4-seam. But he had whiffs off of every pitch he threw, mixed in the slider, had a whiff off of that. Yeah, he was getting outs. He was striking guys out, and it was really, really fun to watch. It was honestly, with the way this season has gone, with the Pirates being 6 games under and on this losing streak, people calling it a collapse, the season's over. This was one of the most fun games I've watched in probably a couple months that I could remember. And obviously it's good to see that good pitching performance from somebody in your staff, because the rotation has been struggling. But to see it, it's a throwback to when guys were going 7, 8, and 9 innings, like it was nothing. And yeah, it was really, really good today. And then the offense just kept pouring it on, which was cool to see in that aspect too. Finally got going on that. But yeah, 3 double play balls that Ashcraft got. Flores threw out the base runner. He faced the minimum through 8, came out for the 9th. Owen Cassidy hits that solo home run off of him. It is what it is. It would have been really cool to see a complete game shutout, but it for me, it doesn't take away from the performance that he had. Like, he was still really good tonight, really masterful with the complete game. I mean, complete game in itself is huge to begin with. And yeah, we didn't need the bullpen. We didn't need to see Luke Weaver again. You're like thinking, oh, we actually have a lead. We'll see Luke Weaver today. Nope. We didn't need him. Braxton Ashcraft, just unbelievable today. And yeah, we've talked about being an ace and a stopper, and he's been good. Yeah, here it is, Lisa. 3.15 pitches per out. It was unreal. 85 pitches in 9 innings. Just absolutely crazy, absolutely good stuff. And yeah, I can't say much more about what he did. And it's not just that, it's seeing Ashcraft, because he's been good pretty much all season. He's had, I'd say about the last month, he looked like he was kind of wearing down or struggling a bit, but he's been their best pitcher by far all season. And going into next year, you get this seasoning year out of the way from Ashcraft and Bubba. And Bubba's been coming around. Like, he's been looking really good too. Like, you can see it from him as well. So if those two, get this seasoning year going, they go into next year, and hopefully they can just, ride that into next year. And maybe Paul Skeens can bounce back, and who knows, we'll pick up another pitcher. But yeah, it's huge from him. So coming up, we will talk about this offense. They got the long ball going, and it was fun to watch as well. A big thank you to our friends at Amazon for this limited break. This back-to-school season, spend less on your kids with Amazon. We all know how crazy this back-to-school shopping experience can be. It starts with just a few items on the list, then suddenly you're shopping for supplies, clothes, lunch gear, tech, and about 10 other things you didn't see coming. It adds up fast. My wife are in the middle of it right now. My 2 girls will be going to start in school next week. And yeah, this supply list is crazy, and it's getting longer. When you look at that school supply list and wonder if you're shopping for one child or opening a small office supply store, I didn't realize first grade required this much inventory. Shopping like this can get out of control if you're not careful. And when the school says that your child needs a calculator, headphones, tablet for class, and somehow you're buying another one before the semester is halfway over, since when did kids need so much tech for 3rd grade? So remember, with Amazon's low back-to-school prices, just spend less on your kids, because every dollar you don't spend on them is a dollar you haven't spent on them. Shop back to school with Amazon and spend less on your kids. All right, the Pirates offense showed up in this one as well. This game was overshadowed by Braxton Ashcraft just dominating the Marlins. But yeah, the offense got going in this one, and they just kept adding on. the game was scoreless through 4 innings. Jake Mangum, a spark plug at the top of the lineup, polarizing player. He triples to start the inning off, and he scores on a balk, the old triple balk combination. I wonder how many times in Major League Baseball a triple and a balk happened back to back. But that makes the game 1-0. Triolo comes up and he belts a home run, makes it 2-0. And that's Triolo's second home run of the season. And Triolo added on later. They finally got to Tyler Phillips in that 6th inning, chased him from the game. There was a walk. Gibson came in out of the bullpen for the Marlins, walked the bases loaded. Mangum came up, hit by a pitch, made it 3-0. And then Triolo, huge 2 RBI single at that point, making it 5-0. And it was 5-0. Ashcraft's cruising. That's really all you needed. The Marlins bring in a position player to pitch in the 8th inning, and Rafael Flores took over at that point. He had a couple 3-run home runs, hit one in the top of the 8th, hit another one in the top of the 9th. They just kept adding on. And again, it's cool to see the power. Finally, Jake Gonzalez hit a 2-run bomb in there. A couple of it was off of a position player, but Triolo and Flores hitting the other ones. Finally, they got some power, because besides Brandon Lau hitting like a solo home run, they haven't really had any power from anybody recently. So that was huge. But yeah, a 13-1 blowout. This game will help the run differential. They've been falling back on the run differential with these losses that they've had. But yeah, 13-1, big win. Again, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, just go on a run, because they've shown all year. Yeah, as Mr. John says here, the lumber company is back. Hopefully. Again, I mean, look at who it was that came through today. Jake Mangum, Jared Triolo, Rafael Flores, Jake Gonzalez. I mean, it's not the big names. We're still waiting for, hopefully Cruz gets back, but it wasn't Lau. It wasn't O'Hearn's injured. It wasn't, wasn't any of the big guys. It was the bottom of the order. It was Jake Mangum at the top. And Valdez had a couple good at bats. I thought he was on base a couple times. As we got a comment here about Valdez. So I thought that's a good sign as well. But yeah, it's kind of, it's like, where are these runs? We don't need 13 runs in one game. We need them like spread out over a week. But yeah, I don't know. They haven't shown the ability to go on a run so far this season. So I'm not going to start thinking they are now. But it was good to see a win and avoid the sweep. And they come home for a 3-game series, or they come home for a 6-game homestand. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, good win today, 13-1. Braxton Ashcraft. It's just, I don't think, as far as like the innings limit and everything, he's already surpassed his innings career max. He surpassed that a couple weeks ago. I don't really think they're worried about limiting him at this point, because they've just been so low leverage innings. He's cruised for, I'd say, probably 75% of the season. He's been really good, and he's been really, just low impact stress innings. And today was just more of that. He was absolutely dominant. The Marlins had pretty much no shot off of him. And you could see him in that top of the 9th. Like, he was at the top of the dugout. Like, yeah, the Pirates are scoring all these runs, and he's just like chomping at the bit to get back out there and finish this thing off. And yeah, he finished it off today. Like to see that complete game shutout. Like I said, I think, Greg Brown said it would have been the first Pirates Maddox since Ivan Nova in 2017. Shout out to Ivan Nova. So they didn't get there, but it didn't take anything away from it for me. Complete game. And it's big. I don't want to say I'm looking forward to next year, if there is a baseball next year. Hopefully there is, knock on wood. But yeah, it's these seasons when you see Ashcraft putting it together, when you see Bubba Chandler putting it together, it's promising. And we don't know. Hopefully Skeens fixes some things in the offseason. I don't think what happened to Skeens is going to be fixed during the season, but he needs to figure it out off season, and they need him and these two, and then figure out the rest. So, but yeah, that's our show, man. 13-1 victory, huge blowout win. And we will be back tomorrow with another post game. I believe it's me. Yeah, I think I'm on tomorrow. Nathan or I will be on, but I think it's me. But yeah, we'll be back after the post game show. Appreciate everyone tuning in, listening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.